Welcome to Softcore History.
What is up? Welcome to another episode of Softcore History. I am your host for the week 2 of Spooky Month, Rob Fox. Joined as always by Dan Regester. I was going to say Bryce Larper.
I was going to give you credit for the nickname you called me off mic.
Yeah.
I'll take Bryce Larper.
Yeah.
It's Red October. But
Mets got home field advantage. You guys are fucked.
It
It's over. It's over. And special guest returning, Lastro Lopez. Scott Lopez, how you doing?
Doing great. Questing. Big quests.
Big quest guy.
Going on quests.
Just highly recommend you subscribe to our YouTube, Softcore. Just search Softcore History on YouTube to see what Scott is wearing right now. He's dressed as a wizard, and he's just a very Mexican guy in general. So he's, I mean, you're just a wizard who is Mexican. Like, you are a Mexican person in a wizard's costume.
I'm not very Mexican. That's weird. I don't speak Spanish.
yeah, there's no Hispanic wizards at Hogwarts.
There aren't. Well, Hogwarts. There's
There's a couple Asians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a black kid.
I'm
No
the first.
Hispanics.
I'm the first Mexican to ever learn sorcery and shit.
Shit.
Yeah, the first one ever to go on quests and cast fireball. And
Been on any
things.
good quests lately?
I was on a quest in New York last week, actually.
Doing what? A paintball quest?
No, it was a wedding.
Okay.
I was casting spells on the wedding to make sure it was like going good and keeping
Like
bad people
protection
away.
spells,
Yeah.
love spells.
Yeah.
That's kind of you.
Yeah.
So you're a good wizard.
Yeah, I try to be.
You're a light wizard.
I didn't start that way.
Oh.
You learn spells, and sometimes they go wrong.
Well, that's trial
Turns
and
you
error is
dark,
fine.
yeah.
Chernobyl, that was me.
That was fucking Scott,
I was
dude.
there, dude.
Now, how many occasions have you worn that outfit?
Probably like 12 times.
You said you
You're
were
getting your
wearing
money's
a
worth.
It's
paintball
like not too bad. Yeah, I wore
like
it
in a match?
Yeah, at a tournament.
Did you trip over the cape?
No, but I got shot a bunch.
Yeah, good lord. My question is,
Everyone saw where I was the whole time.
how much of you do they have to hit? Like if they hit cape? are you done?
Anything that breaks the paint, you're just out. So
Okay.
they would just shoot my cape as I was running, and that was it.
Yeah, you're just done.
Yeah. Or that's actually a robe. It's not a cape. My apologies to the
Wizarding
realm of wizards.
I feel like you're kind of clashing genres there.
Yeah, a little bit, dude. A little bit. I don't think they're intimidated about the first Mexican wizard, for
They are.
sure.
They're not ready for it.
It's cat's out of the bag. You know what I mean? Like what does that bring? It's sort of a opening Pandora's box. You don't know what's going to come from it.
Enchiladas, maybe.
Well, certainly.
Yeah.
Plenty of those.
Nicer lawns.
I have the best.
A lot of lawn
lawn
care
at
spells,
the,
a lot of
at the Wizarding Academy.
Yeah.
my lawn's the best.
You're just the groundskeeper.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I am. I don't even cast spells. I just have to dress like this for the job.
Yeah. Just Avada cadavering weeds
Yeah.
left and right. Still get cancer just like Roundup though.
Yeah. Missed a couple times, hit a couple kids,
You know, whatever.
It happens.
Roundup would have killed him too. It's
Yeah.
fine. Anyway, let's get into this week's Spooky Month episode. Today, we're talking about booze.
Fitting.
Philadelphia booze.
The
Boo Birds.
No. Well, no. But it is a double entendre. We're talking about both alcohol and booze, like the boo a ghost makes. Like boo.
But also BOOZE.
Yeah. BOOZE and BOOS.
Okay.
Booze and booze.
And it takes place.
In my hometown, St. Louis,
Shocker.
Missouri. We're going to talk about perhaps the most ghostly family ever in the history of alcohol production, the Lemp family, and their insanely haunted St. Louis mansion, which has been named one of the 10 most haunted places in the United States. It is absolutely extremely active and extremely haunted, and we're going to find out first how it got that way, and then what happens if you hang around there.
Do they? I assume they have guided booze tours.
So it's currently a restaurant and inn.
Awesome.
So
Do the ghosts just haze you? They just shove kind of bottles down your throat.
I wish that wouldn't even be that bad.
You have to do ghost luges.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, do like keg stands with ghosts holding your feet up.
But like you only went 20 seconds, pussy.
You gotta do it till you die. That's how they all got there. Yeah, because they all died of keg stands.
And then there's a
Be a
couple
cool way to
even
go.
lonelier ghosts that are just playing beer pong away from the rest of the party.
Oh, there's.
But yo, we ran the table all night, dude. We talked to 0 girls.
We ran the table for the last 200 years.
Been in the same location. Haven't even taken a piss break.
The house rules are insane.
We're gonna talk about the
Like, can we just use this table for Flip Cup? Get the party involved? No, dude. We're fucking running this. You gotta beat us first.
Gotta beat us first. Yeah. We play defense, blow, pick, whatever.
Dude, I fingered the shit out of that cup.
We are gonna talk about maybe the loneliest ghost you've ever heard of tonight.
Oh no!
A lot of crank sessions.
I say whatever. I'm not.
Or was he such a low T ghost he can't even get it up?
You know what? Get the jokes out. Get the jokes out on the ghost.
We're gonna feel really bad pretty soon.
No, it's a comedy podcast. Fuck you. You can't make me feel bad.
Okay. Anyway, the Lemp family was one of the biggest brewing families of the 19th century. If you've heard of the beer Falstaff, that was the Lemps. It was one of the top, at its peak, it was one of the top 20 brewing companies in the world, one of the 10 biggest in the countries. It was founded by Adam Lemp, Johann Adam Lemp, started going by Adam after he immigrated to the United States from central Germany.
I think we should refer to him as Johann.
Yeah, all right, Johann, that's
Put
fine.
some proper respect on his name.
Well, he's the one that changed it, so.
Yeah.
Was he? Or was the America at
I'm calling you Adam, dude.
Ellis Island,
Yeah.
that whole thing, yeah.
Johann's kind of sick, though. It's a great name.
It is a great. I don't disagree. Johann Santana.
I might change my name to Johann.
Do it.
You look like a really good Johann right now.
Yeah, I think so. Have a little, like, spicy accent.
Do it. Do an accent. Do a Johann accent.
So that would be like a Yakov Smirnoff.
Whatever. Any European accent you can muster.
It's a me, Johann.
It's a Swedish chef. It's
Hinky pinky.
Blorgen. So, Johann comes to the United States from Germany, and in 1836, after 2 years, moves to St. Louis. When he came to St. Louis, like any immigrant, he was like, all right, time to start a business. I'm going to get rich, build for my family, my descendants, whatever. And he thought being a grocer was going to be the way to do that. I'm going to open a grocery store and build a business, blah, blah, blah. But he quickly noticed that what people at his store were coming there for almost entirely was the lager beer he was selling that he brewed himself. So
had his own little side hustle on his business.
I think it was like...
You got to diversify the avenues of revenue.
I think it was like semi-common back then for grocers to do that because he also made his own vinegar.
People don't even know he was also the inventor of drop shipping.
I still don't even know what drop shipping is, to be honest.
I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
That's how they make so much
I went into like
money scamming
Space
kids.
Marine drop ships when you said that, dude.
That's
No,
what
dude,
I think, too. I think
you don't even have to
Starship
sit
Troopers-
on product, okay, man? Fucking, you just make this website, use AI tools, and you just print money.
$10,000.
All of a sudden, Lambo in your fucking driveway.
Drop ship.
Drop ship.
I mean, sounds pretty sweet.
Buy my program today.
Where do I sign up?
Softcorehistory.com.
Sweet. So, in 1840, he closes his grocery store. He opens a brewery and saloon called Western Brewery. It was actually at what was then 37 South 2nd Street, which is today where the south leg of the arch, the St. Louis Arch, stands, the Gateway Arch. So that is where his shop is, right on the river, basically. Lemp's beer gets crazy popular, especially because the German population in the area was exploding, and they didn't want to drink fucking English beer.
All those non-whites.
They didn't want... Yeah, I know, right? All those non-white Germans. They didn't want ales and porters. They wanted, their German beer, which is why I'm drinking a Hofbrau original lager tonight in honor of the Lemp family.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
German sympathizer.
A German lager.
Non-white sympathizer.
As much as I like talk about being Irish and shit all the time, I am also like literally more or less half German, and my drinking tastes are definitely from my German side. Like I'm a lot.
So according to Ben Franklin, again, you're not a white.
I'm
man.
not white. Well, I don't think he thought the Irish were white really either.
Oh, definitely not the Irish.
yeah.
Either.
So I was never white.
I dated a German, and whenever she would road rage, she would do it in German. It was the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sexy? That's
I don't know if
terrifying.
Well, that's why it was terrifying, and I
the
was like, I
go-to
like
sexiness.
this.
Yeah.
So I would
Boys.
insist she would drive all the time because she would just get mad immediately and then just start cussing.
Like,
Yeah, dude. I'm like, this is awesome.
Fear boner.
Yeah, dude. Fear boner, dude, all day.
it's terrifying language.
It was great.
This woman's gonna pulverize my ass.
She was like 5'1", but just like it was awesome, dude.
It's a goblin language. I mean, it's
I fought a lot of them in my quest.
It's a fucking terrible language. There's nothing beautiful about it. I can't even imagine. I kind of want to like look up what a German love ballad sounds like because it's just got to be horrible.
Do you know what they call an ambulance in German?
What?
It's a Krankenwagen.
Krankenwagen. Yeah, of course it is.
It's so funny, dude. What a funny. Get him in the Krankenwagen.
Yeah, like your fucking 12-year-old is dying, like bleeding out. Like, call the Krankenwagen. It's funny.
Yeah,
Makes it
dude.
funny.
It's so funny.
No matter how many kids are dying, when a Krankenwagen
is involved. Yeah.
comes up to the scene. Just,
And they have like the European sirens, which just sound
Yeah.
like two dudes moaning.
oh yeah, that was a good Family Guy bit back then.
Yeah.
And they have such deep roots that even though the Romans are mostly assholes during their run, it's like, oh, they're doing it against the Germanic tribes. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't even blame. A lot of times, I don't even blame the English for being so mean to the Irish because we're such mud people.
Yeah.
We're just such like swamp people.
God forbid we can't have our side dish.
I get it. England. So his beer becomes popular because of all the German immigrants. And Adam Lemp dies in 1862 as a millionaire in today's money.
He made it.
His son.
Rags the richest story.
He did.
Live the American dream.
By now, the Lemps are one of the richest, most ritzy families in St. Louis, which at the time is like the third or maybe like fourth or fifth biggest city in the United States. It's like New York, Philly, Boston, and then I think St. Louis is fourth. Are
they somehow connected to Anheuser-Busch?
Not really. He was friends with Anheuser-Busch.
Okay.
With
cool.
Anheuser and Busch.
I didn't know
That's
if
two
they
different
like
last names.
acquired his beer.
No. He actually was bigger than Anheuser-Busch. We'll get to that.
Oh.
So St. Louis was actually like one of the reasons Anheuser-Busch is where it is and became so big, and is St. Louis was a huge beer brewing area at the time because there were a bunch of sort of Mississippi River caves all under the city that were really cool and temperature controlled, which allowed for better brewing. And so people would literally do it in caves and store all their beer in these caves. And it was just like a perfect environment for pre-refrigeration brewing, interestingly enough.
Why don't we still have that now?
We just use refrigerators.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, but caves are cooler than fridges.
Don't you want to go to a cave and be like, I'm going to the beer cave? That sounds way cooler than going to like the beer fridge in the garage.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of gas stations do call their little walk-in
beer
beer
cave.
cave.
You're right. We do have modern beer caves.
I guess.
There's not
Or
cool.
They're not cool at all. It's just like 40 cases of Modelo cans and like some Budweiser, basically.
you get a neon sign, it becomes the man cave.
Whoa.
No
Can't-
women allowed.
Beer man cave.
Can't have a man cave here. No basements.
No basements in the man cave.
No, it sucks. I hate living in an area without basements. It actually have you ever lived in an area with basements?
Yeah, I did. Indiana.
Don't you miss it?
No, they were scary.
What?
They were terrifying.
Oh, basements are the best.
My great grandfather died in the basement.
He died because he was stupid.
We got electrocuted in a flood. But yeah, trying to feed his family.
How do you get?
Why would you go
electrocuted again?
downstairs
It's where
in
the
a flood?
It's where the meat was.
Yeah. Water
meat-
up to
meat-
his
he had
water
the-
up to his fucking waist.
he had the
a bunch
meat
of
cave.
appliances still plugged in. Yeah, this will be fine.
Yeah, just going to the meat cave.
Oh my god. Let's go to the death cave. He's going to his grave.
No, all the basements I've ever been in, like in Indiana, were all like unfinished. So just concrete and scary, like gross floors. A light with the little toggle.
Hanging.
Pull
That
the,
is true. I was never.
You pull the chain. It's terrifying.
I never went into a finished basement.
What?
Everyone's basement was kind of like, yeah, we'll get to it.
So every basement in my childhood was.
There was at least exposed wood.
It
Yeah,
was.
yeah, exactly.
Half. There would be a finished part and an unfinished part
Yeah.
in the
But
basement.
I'm saying nobody ever completed their basement. I don't think there's a
no, the
complete
unfinished
basement out
part
there.
was like storage and where the furnace was and shit like that. You call it the dirty side of the basement.
36th.
Yeah. And then there was the normal finished side of the basement where, you watch TV, play N64, watch each other jerk off.
Of course.
All
yeah.
the cool stuff that you did.
I mean,
Jerk
you guys
off
have to
cave.
take turns playing Madden. Only 2 guys can play it at a time. Then you had the crank corner.
Yeah. Or, there's only 4 players in GoldenEye, and there's, your whole class is there, and you got to do
Cranking it.
something. Yeah.
Class crank.
Class crank. Class of 2000, man. I'll never forget that.
Fucking Christmas with the crank.
This is our last class crank of the year, guys.
Before we
We're all
go
going to
to high
graduate.
school, yeah, before we all go off to high school.
You're just playing that Vitamin C song.
That came out that year in 2000. It came out the year I graduated from 8th grade. As
we go on.
She's married to Jason Giambi.
Really?
From Jamba Juice?
I don't know who
From
did better
Giambi
then.
Juice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What?
Who did better there? The Vitamin C chick or Jason Giambi?
Vitamin C chick.
She definitely outkicked her coverage.
Money-wise,
But I forget what she looked like.
she's cute.
She was fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Giambi probably looks like a pile of garbage now.
Yeah, but Giambi should be a Hall of Famer, no?
No.
In my mind, he's a Hall of Famer.
I'm sure.
Do I know his name? He should be in the Hall of Fame. That's my criteria.
It's not the worst metric. So, the Lemp family founder dies in 1862. The family at this point, very wealthy, super ritzy in St. Louis. His son, William Lemp, takes over the brewery and purchases the property that would become the Lemp Brewery Complex in 1864. That property, this is not the mansion, that property still stands today on 3500 Lemp Avenue in St. Louis. By the 1860s, there were 40 breweries in St. Louis. Like I said, all the caves, blah, blah, blah. It was just a brewing hotbed because of that. Under William Lemp, the Western Brewery became the largest brewery in St. Louis, even bigger than Anheuser-Busch, and became the largest outside of New York that had a single owner. So this is it's a humongous brewery at this point. And he was a brilliant, brilliant businessman and brewer. He revolutionized refrigerated train cars to ship his beer all over the country. It became Falstaff became like a national brand. In 1876, William Lemp purchased a mansion for his family. The residence was both a home and an office. It was it's still there, a 33-room house, total like Victorian mansion situation.
That's insane.
But things stopped going well for the Lemps soon after that.
Yeah, once the old man kicks the bucket.
Mm-mm.
Oh, before he does.
No, I mean, things go well even after he dies for a while. He dies in 1862. They have the brewery keeps growing, keeps getting bigger. The business keeps doing better and better. But tragedy starts to strike the family. William Sr.'s fourth son, Frederick, who he hoped would take over the company. The other sons were kind of doing other things. And Frederick was kind of like the sweet, responsible one, I think. He was born in 1873. But in 1901, at the age of 28, Frederick, who had been kind of sick his whole life but hid it from his family, died of heart failure. That was from other complications. He was 28 years old.
He's also the fourth child.
And this
I don't think you take it that hard.
He took it extremely hard. This was probably his favorite son.
That means the first three are real fuck ups.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Just doing the math there. Yeah, I mean, especially back then, kid 4 dies. I mean, you're just playing the odds there.
I mean, at least he made it to 28.
it's a good life.
Better than most,
It's a good life.
you know?
Mansion life at 28? Yeah, you're fine.
So Frederick dies in 1901, and William Sr. never the same after that, really. he's just sort of forever depressed after his son dies. He starts to slowly decline mentally and physically. And on January 1st, 1904, he's dealt another really difficult card when his best friend, whose name you will probably recognize, Frederick Pabst, of Pabst Blue Ribbon,
PBR,
dies as well. So the Lemps were friends with the Pabsts, with the Bushes, with several major brewing families in the United States.
Like the Busch Light Bushes?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's all. They're in St. Louis too. The Bushes are in St. Louis.
I had no idea. That's my favorite beer.
Yeah.
For like domestic cheap beer.
Busch beer. Actually, you want to know a quick side quest story on that? Since you like quests so much.
Loving quests.
Do you know how Busch beer came to be?
They went on a quest.
Sort of. So
they went to like a state fair, went to the pig troughs. People were pissing in it, and they just kind of scooped it up and drank it.
Oh, my God. Don't give me that shit, you Philly garbage. You drink Yingling.
Yingling, Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock is fucking water.
Rolling Rock's not good.
It is like...
It's better than Busch.
It's like Topo Chico that someone peed in. It is not better than Busch.
Natty Light.
It is straight up... Natty Light rules, and that is also Anheuser-Busch, by the way.
I know. Everything's Anheuser. There's like 3 beer companies.
So everything is technically Anheuser because there's a lot under its umbrella. But if you want to talk about like brands that Anheuser-Busch actually created, that would be Natty Light, Busch, Budweiser.
Also, you're going to really disrespect the oldest brewery in America?
Yingling is hella mid.
It's fine. I mean, it's great.
It was exciting when it expanded.
Yeah, now
years
when I
ago.
drink it, I'm just
It's
like,
good for its price.
Yeah.
It's in that same
yeah.
kind of Bud Light, Coors Light. I'd rather have a Yingling.
I would not rather have a Yingling than a Budweiser at this point.
Bud Heavy.
Yeah, Bud Heavy I'll take. And a Busch. Anyway, so Busch, one of the Bushes, Augie, one of the Augies, they're all named August.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, Augie Busch.
I like that.
So they owned the St. Louis Cardinals at the time. And
I don't fuck with this. This is kind of like new NBA where everyone's friends. Nobody like has, they're your competitor. They're the people you're trying to fucking kill.
well, this is
and now you're just kind of like dapping up your boys.
That's not part of this story, but I don't disagree with you. So Augie Busch owns the Cardinals.
He's pretty anti-capitalist, if you ask me.
Augie Busch owns the Cardinals, and he wants to name the stadium that the Cardinals play in Budweiser Stadium, right? Because Budweiser's their main beer.
Great name.
And at the time, Major League Baseball is like, we don't name the alcohol. It's bad. Jesus.
Well, he kind of got what he wanted. Took a while, but
what?
Because isn't it Anheuser-Busch Stadium?
It's Busch Stadium, but they were like, you can't name it after alcohol. You can't name it after a beer. Sorry, asshole. Like, it sucks. And so...
Do you hate money?
So, I guess. So he's like, okay, fine. So he names it after himself. He names it Busch Stadium. Then he immediately creates Busch Beer.
Whoa, that's really smart.
To fuck over Major League Baseball, to be like, fuck you, now it is named after a beer, but I named it after me first, and I jumped through that loophole, and you can suck my dick.
Right.
That's actually really cool.
Ink's dry.
Yeah.
On the deal.
Yeah. So the only reason Busch Beer was invented was to fuck over Major League Baseball.
And now it's like the beer of the Midwest.
Yeah. Oh, I love Busch.
Yeah, when I moved to Indiana, that's like all they drank, and so I just showed up one day, like day 2, with a case of Busch Light, and they're like, "This Mexican's all right." They were very concerned when I first
reach for the
moved there.
mountains, baby. I mean, it may be the best can in beer.
Yeah, and then they have like their cool like fall camo cans.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You get the
yeah.
gold can, or I think they have
Busch
a gold
fucking
can,
rules,
maybe.
The Busch lattes.
Oh yeah.
They worked with us at Grand X. They're
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love Busch. So anyway, Frederick Pabst dies, and William Lemp Sr. is even more devastated now. So on the morning of February 13th, 1904, William Lemp Sr. blows his brains out. Kills himself in the Lemp Mansion in his office.
Just so distraught about his 4th son dying still.
Yes. His child, yeah.
Do we know like what he used, like a cannon?
It was a .38 revolver,
All right.
I believe.
He stood in front of a cannon, yeah.
If he had a cannon and just stood in front of it,
That's more.
and pulled
That's
the
more like
string.
blowing your brains off.
Like, that'd be
than
really
out,
fucking
You know what I
cool.
mean?
You got to do it in a cool way.
I don't disagree.
More
Or he
memorable.
like shot himself out of the cannon like Evel Knievel.
Just off
And
the
just
roof of the brewery.
Splattered against the wall.
But
or
that's
something.
not even. I feel like if you actually shot yourself out of a cannon, it would just be like when you pull back on a water balloon launcher, but the water balloon breaks in the launch, and it's just viscera.
You're a million little pieces.
Exploding.
You turn into a human blunderbuss.
Yeah,
of just bones and body shrapnel.
pretty much.
It's an accidental wood chipper.
That's so funny.
So on November 7th, 1904, William J. Billy Lemp, Bill Jr., takes over the brewing company as president. Billy married a local rich girl named Lillian Handlin.
She's a rich girl.
Oh, she's real rich.
She was handling his nuts.
Kind of, though. And they were married, and she got the nickname Lavender Lady. This chick was rich as fuck and spent money like crazy, and everything she wore and had was purple. Her carriages were purple.
So high maintenance.
Super high fucking
Okay,
maintenance.
I love her. She sounds awesome.
I have said nothing about her,
Yeah.
except that she costs a lot of money. I'm in.
Yeah,
She wears purple. I like purple.
and she needs all your money. But the Lemps were so rich, it didn't matter. Billy Lemp didn't care. They were super wealthy, so she started filling the mansion up with servants and doing all kinds of ritzy shit. And at one point, William just kind of got tired of her, and instead of divorcing her or anything, he was like, "All right, just leave me alone. You can go. Just get out of my hair. I'm gonna run this brewery. Go shopping every day."
Well, because she kept asking him to dress like Grimace.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm not wearing another fucking purple suit." It's really
He's
the,
like,
the
if
Joker.
you want to fuck me, you have to dress like Grimace.
I was hoping you say he killed her.
He
Like
did-
instead of getting divorced, he murdered her, and she's the first ghost.
He did not kill her.
Damn it.
Well, we already have the first ghost.
Oh, Papa Senior.
Yeah, senior who blew his brains out.
Also the 28-year-old, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Or he died peacefully at 28.
He died peacefully. I don't know that he's there, but we don't have a full head count. So William's like, just get out of my hair. Leave me the fuck alone. Here's $1,000 a day in 1904 or whatever, 1908. He's $1,000 a day. Go shopping, spend it, or you get less. So use it or lose it. Every day, $1,000 a day.
Baller move.
So actually, I didn't do the inflation calculator. Let me see what that is in today's money. Because $1,000 a day back then is goddamn insane. $31,000. So she had to spend $31,000 every day shopping.
That's almost hard.
It is. It's gotta be so hard.
Like back then, you have what 10 stores?
Yeah.
Like you can possibly spend that much money at once in.
She's just like, I'll have the entire Sears catalog.
Yeah,
Literally
exactly.
every day. So, but even then, it didn't matter. In 1908, they filed for divorce. She charged Billy with desertion, cruel treatment, and other indignities. Their divorce proceedings.
Wait, you can go AWOL in a marriage?
Who? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, dude, that happened all the time.
You
man.
said desertion.
Yeah. Well, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't actually desert her, but that did used to happen all the time. That pack of cigarettes and never come back. That was that. I know that's a cliche, but when I was doing the blogs and like reading old newspaper articles every day, holy fuck, the amount of times that happened. It would blow your mind the amount of times a man specifically, but it would happen with women too. Like someone would just leave and never come back. And I actually read about it a lot with women too. Like straight up, no question.
That makes sense because we've said if you commit a crime back then, just go a town over. No one will find you.
Tell them another name. There's no social security number. There's nothing. You can do whatever you want.
The life.
Start over.
Yeah.
You have caves. You just go into a cave and drink beer. Vanish and then town over.
Yeah. Go up to Chicago. You're a new fucking person.
You go from cave to cave.
Sounds awesome. Yeah. The next cave doesn't know who you are.
No one none of those mole people know who you are. Their divorce proceedings were like the talk of the town. It was like big celebrity gossip. They lasted 11 days. Lillian was granted the divorce and custody of William III, their only child. And all Billy got was visitation rights, not even any custody or whatever.
That seems like a win.
Yeah, he made out.
Lillian almost
You get to
lost.
be the cool uncle.
Lillian almost lost custody of her child and totally lost the divorce. Like would have gotten nothing, because the court was presented with a photograph of her smoking a cigarette.
Oh shit. That harlot, dude.
They were like dirty whore.
Yeah, this is before Bernays
Yeah.
made it legal for women to smoke.
It was it was a foul thing. It was essentially like I imagine like showing her smoking a cigarette, a picture of her smoking a cigarette.
was the same as sucking a dick.
Not a dick.
All the dicks.
It's like her in a room with 40 dicks. Like an egregious amount of cock.
Oh yeah.
In the beer
So
cave.
even to the point where like a very sex positive person would be like, I mean, you have a family.
Right. You smoke a cigarette back then as a woman, you're a harlot, you're a fucking prostitute.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
I love women smoking cigarettes now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's hot.
It's awesome. But I
Great.
also really love a woman who throws a dip in.
Oh.
I respect the hell out of people that smoke cigarettes now, go analog, because everyone's vaping. And
Yeah.
also all the data and information that's out there about how bad cigarettes are. It's just like, I don't care.
Dude, my dream
It looks too cool.
is to have a lady swap dip with me. Like, in her lip, takes the dip
Long
out
cut,
with her
pouch.
tongue. Oh, dude, long cut. Copenhagen Southern Blend. She tongues it into my lips.
What about a little red man?
I gum it. Red Man's dope.
I just like
But no, like seriously, this isn't even a bit. That I think that's fucking.
you ever
hot.
mix
Hey.
red man with Big League Chew?
I never
Yeah, oh, yeah,
I never
absolutely.
didn't think it wasn't a bit. I never didn't think it was a bit.
Yeah, no, I
I
really
know it's not a
I
bit.
love chicks that dip, and I want them to dip in my mouth.
I can't even explain to you how opposite of erect I am right now.
Dude.
Like it's withdrawn inside
It took
of
me one like semi-attractive girl to throw a dip in. She went from like a 6 to a 10. Like, and I never thought I'd like it. I saw it, and I go, "That's the best thing I've ever seen in my life."
There's going to be a market for that. What if I just spit into a bottle with dip and then sell it online as like Sydney Sweeney's
dip spit.
That would, I'd buy it. I'd fall for it.
I'd
I'd be
get-
drunk one day.
I
and be
get like probably
"What?"
$500 for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
From some idiot.
It's also believable that Sydney Sweeney would dip.
Yeah, and we've all drank our dad's dip spit at one point.
No, we fucking haven't. What?
Accidentally.
What do you mean? What?
You never like got the water bottle in the center console and just like took a
Or
quick
like it's
swig?
like a Dr Pepper bottle too, and it's like, oh, it looks like Dr Pepper.
It wasn't my dad's, but it was my friend's, and yeah, it's gross.
It happens.
No. All the no's.
I'm sorry you didn't have a fucking childhood. dude.
every
Yeah, dude.
fucking no.
You
possible.
narc.
First off, I've been smoking cigars since I was like fucking 8 years old.
That's not cool though.
It actually is sweet as fuck.
You're like a
What the fuck are you
70-year-old
talking
man.
about? And I used to
You're
take-
not ripping cigars in high school. No one's like, oh, this is dope. You fucking, yeah, you're getting the Philly blunts. You're kind of cracking open, getting rid of all the shitty cigar, and then you put weed in it.
so poor. Oh my god.
How else would you do it?
You gotta take the blunt. If your cigar comes in plastic wrap, like a weird, and there's 5 of them in one. I mean, good lord.
It keeps it
I smoked
fresh.
real tobacco. I did also smoke cigarettes in high school and college. Like I smoked,
rolled my own cigarette.
I didn't do that. That's fucking
Fucking.
stupid. But my dad would also smoke a pipe back in the day, and I would smoke off that pipe sometimes too.
That's
Actually,
pretty cool.
pipe smoke is pretty great. I loved it when my dad would smoke a pipe.
I have a buddy who like wears like the ball caps that has those little like lanyard like ropes around the front of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he has papers and like tobacco in his hat, so he like takes it off his hat and like a box of matches. So he like rolls his like own cigarettes off of his hat essentially, gets a match from the little hat band
Nice.
and lights them. Like that's
I-
kind of neat.
Tried to smoke a rolled cigarette once after I had quit smoking cigs, thinking like, oh, maybe this will be enjoyable because it's like real tobacco. It's not dog
Yeah, and
shit.
there's no
like-
filter and all
right,
that kind of
and
stuff.
but it's not like dog shit like cigarette tobacco.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe this is like good like tobacco you get at a tobacco store, and I will enjoy it because I like smoking cigars and I like pipe smoke. I even like hookah and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like maybe I will enjoy this.
You Persian?
I smoked that. Hookah's great, man.
No, it's not.
I don't do it often, but I enjoy hookah.
Dude, hookah bars were a big thing in college.
Yeah, when
I went
when I was in
once
high
and I'm
school, it
like,
was huge.
what is the appeal here?
They
They didn't serve alcohol. I was just like, oh, you just smoke the hookah.
I used to write at a hookah bar a lot at TFM because Arab Cowboy
Total flex.
on West Campus at UT because it was BYOB, so it was very cheap to drink. You just brought it. I would just bring in a 6-pack. And unlike all these like 24-hour coffee houses or whatever, or bars where it would be like, $4 or $5 a beer, I could always get a table, $20 for a hookah, All the hippies were priced out who were just spending like 50 cents on coffee and would sit at a table all
Yeah, but
night.
you could never get any work done because the fucking Arab club promoters would just throw a flyer in your face.
Not a thing that happened there. I loved the Arab Cowboy. Wish I could go back. It's too far away now.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Arab Cowboy.
Arab Cowboy, best hookah bar in the world. Love that place.
I have a new quest destination.
It's great, dude. It's BYOB. I would just bring in a
They're all BYOB.
Bring your own quest.
I would bring my own 6-pack in, and the fucking nicotine keeps you going, like a Zyn or something. You know what I mean? Like nicotine keeps you up. You're not just like fading off the beer or whatever.
Like
It's a
2 puffs in,
nootropic.
you're like, I wish this was weed.
No.
In college, yeah. I'm
Oh,
like,
maybe
I
in
wish I
college.
was hitting the vape.
Yeah. In college, because it would just like get me as fucked up as fast as possible. Anyway, so cigarette almost cost her child and everything else, but she wins and all that stuff. So the Lemp Brewery, of course, gets hit hard by Prohibition and ultimately shuts down.
Damn it.
Not survivalist. Can adapt.
I guess couldn't adapt. So Anheuser-Busch was like making bread and stuff like that. Like Lemp Mansion, all the Lemps were so fucking rich that they kind of just didn't give a fuck. The family had
It's a nice place to be.
The family had so much money that they were just like, whatever.
They're not grinders.
They were not grinders. So they were hoping maybe that it would get overturned, Prohibition, but it didn't. The brewery complex was sold for a huge loss to a shoe company. And on December 29th.
Which would become Nike.
On December 29th, 1922, Billy Lemp walked into the office that his father killed himself in and shot himself in the head.
Was it with a cannon this time?
It was not. Still no cannon.
Man, suicide's genetic, huh?
I think it is.
Killed himself in the same room his dad killed himself in.
Maybe he was trying to be poetic. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? It was the office, the president's office or whatever in the Lemp Mansion.
They should
The
make a
same
show
gun.
called The Office about this.
It
What if somebody like blew their head off with a potato cannon?
would not be that hard. I mean, if you put a soda can in that thing.
Yeah,
it
they
will
have those
fucking
like those
kill
can
you.
launchers now. Like those, you attach it to your rifle, and you just shoot cans. That'd be hilarious.
I mean,
I always wonder if any of our potatoes hit like a car windshield. We would just launch potatoes into the stratosphere.
dude, we
Have no regard where it went.
I used to throw rocks at cars on the highway when I was like 10.
sick. We
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
We did that with trains, but that is like they do it in Always Sunny. I'm like, oh, I actually did that in Delco.
Yeah, we did that until one time a car stopped and we were like, "Oh shit!" and like ran. By the way, it was literally outside my house. Like, we would hop the wall. So we had like a wall
It's such a child thing to do.
by our highway, and once that car stopped, we were like, "Oh."
Never again. It's
Yeah.
such a child thing to do because you don't understand how much that fucks with people. So me and my
Yeah.
friends
You killed someone, Lopez.
did that with water balloon. Dude, that happens in Austin. Multiple people have died
Yeah, a couple years ago.
here because people were over on I-35.
Yeah, it was like
standing on
2015.
overpasses, and they were throwing huge fucking
2015, people were throwing fucking like boulders off
One
the
fucking
overpass.
smashed through the windshield and killed someone. I
had
think they
my-
killed a kid.
I had my first stateside before I knew what a stateside was.
Dude, yeah.
Awesome.
Statute of limitations.
We were throwing water balloons when I was in high school with cars, and like we did it once, and I was there, and we were doing it, and we never hit one. It wasn't on a highway; it was like in our neighborhood, but like on kind of a main road in the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's
a
what I
big-
meant. It was a main
bigger
road. It wasn't like a interstate. But yeah.
So we didn't hit anything. And then the next weekend I was at work, and my 3 friends who I was doing it with, they decided to do it again while I wasn't there, and they hit a car, and the person got out and chased them back to my friend's house, which was not far away, and they all got in deep shit. And my mom, I was like 15 at the time. My mom like picked me up from work, and she was like telling me about it, and I was like, "Oh, crazy!" And she was like, "Were you ever doing that?" She was like, just. Which she was right, I was. And I was like, no, I wasn't there. How can you even fucking accuse me of that, you dumb bitch? Fuck you. I wasn't there. You're accusing me of shit. I didn't work. Wait. She's like, yeah, but you did it before. I bet that wasn't the first. She was like, that wasn't the first time. And I was like, yeah, it was. How the fuck you do that? But it wasn't. She was right. She was completely fucking right.
I imagine that's what you sounded like too.
Shut up, you bitch! Fuck you!
Rob didn't hit puberty until 25.
Still haven't.
Still haven't had a pube. I have a spell to take away your pubes.
got
by the
two and
way.
Look at that, man. He's been growing his facial hair for a year. He hasn't shaved.
Whatever. My sperm works. I don't need a beard.
Is that a flex? Wait, does your sperm not work?
My sperm works.
Oh, okay.
How do you know?
Actually, fair. Well, also me too. I don't know if
I don't have a
works.
child, yeah. No receipt.
You don't have a trophy.
Fucking low T, empty cum.
Yeah, it's true. I am under 750 T, so I have low testosterone.
Oh no, dude.
I have 700 T.
Whoa. I have no idea.
I just got tested. Yeah.
I should find out where
I guess
I'm
I'm a
at.
bitch.
Don't care enough to.
Just saying. I'm alpha. I'm the one fucking making it rain on eggs and shit.
I think I'm like dead center where you're supposed to be.
I guess that's pretty good.
700 is pretty good.
So, father and son, William Sr., William Jr., they've killed themselves. Elsa Lemp Wright, the youngest child of William Sr., had gotten married to Thomas Wright, who was another rich businessman in town. They separated in 1918, and in February 1919, Elsa filed for divorce. She said that the marriage was a damage to her mental and physical health. The divorce was granted after trial, but Elsa and Thomas, even though they were divorced, soon reconciled and remarried in March 1920. Later that month, March 20th, Ella shot herself while in bed at their house, not at the Lemp Mansion,
Yes!
but killed herself.
Regretted her decision immediately. She's like, I thought we could work it out, but nah. I'd rather take my life.
Well,
I'm not even going to test the market.
some suspected it was a murder disguised as a suicide, but it was never proven.
Yeah, just a man's word against a dead woman.
A dead woman's word.
Yeah, who cares?
Also, at that point, you're like, I mean, her dad and her fucking brother did it. Like, of course she was going to kill herself. That runs in the family. Crazy.
They have a suicide pact.
Yeah. They're all fucking crazy.
Open and shut case, Johnson.
Charles Lemp was the third son of William Sr., and he was the final Lemp to live in Lemp Mansion starting in 1929. He had left the brewery business in 1917 to go into banking and finance. He also dabbled in local politics, stuff like that. He never married. He lived in the mansion with two servants who were married, so bang sesh, I assume, and also his dog. His dog was his only real companion in life.
What a dude.
A beloved Doberman. In April,
Smells a little fruity.
I think he's living the dream.
in April 1941, Charles Lemp sent a letter to a funeral home in St. Louis, requesting that in the case of his death, whenever it comes, his remains should be taken by ambulance to the Missouri crematory. His body should not be bathed, clothed, or changed. However you find him, cremate him. His ashes should then be put into a wicker box and buried on his farm, because of course they had more than one property. And he said, do not hold a funeral, and do not even put my death in the papers. Nothing. If I die, grab it, burn me, bury me. Don't fucking tell anyone. And this guy, by the way, was the last Lemp, the last of the super famous family. And even though he was never married, he was a big philanthropist at the time, and all this stuff. Anyway, he sends that letter in April of 1941. The U.S. isn't even in World War II yet. In 1949, May 10th, 1949, 8 years later, he blows his brains out.
Fuck yeah, dude. Canon this time.
When you get to that point, you're like, I guess I got to go with the family tradition.
Just like Hank Williams Jr.
Because you don't want to kind of be a showboat.
Yeah, you can't be the one to not do that.
But you think I'm good enough to just not kill myself? Or also if you changed up the dynamic of like maybe you hang yourself, maybe you slit your wrist.
Too showy.
It's a little too, hot doggy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're really dragging it out, really kind of making it, trying to stand
You're kind of making
out.
it about you.
You are making it about you. And suicides, people, famously, no one's ever made a suicide about themselves. So you don't want to be the first. It's bad luck.
It is. And especially a guy that said, burn my body,
Bury my ass.
Get rid of
Don't tell anyone.
everything about me.
Yeah. Before he killed himself, it should be noted that he went down to the basement and shot his beloved dog,
No.
and then went upstairs and killed himself.
Well, I guess that's probably the best thing to do for your dog, so it doesn't just starve itself to death.
I mean, he had servants there,
All right,
so
dick move.
he was just pharaohing it. You know, he's like, "You're coming with me to the afterlife."
Is that cool?
No.
Oh, okay.
In 1943, William Lemp III died of a heart attack at the age of 42. After Charles's death, the only surviving son of William Sr. was Edwin Lemp in 1970. Edwin Lemp, died at the age of 90, and his final order to his caretaker was to destroy his art collection and all the family heirlooms,
Hell yeah, dude.
which they did. They followed his instructions.
What kind of pieces did he have in his art gallery?
A lot of Picasso.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I don't know yet. I don't fucking know. Some Matisse. Yeah, all the good stuff.
Well, that's, Picasso wouldn't really be a name by then, right?
Yeah, he would have been in the 70s.
Okay, I was thinking before World War II.
He was a name that by then as well.
Okay.
If you remember in the film Titanic, Rose talked about how brilliant Picasso is. That's in 1912, so it's kind of like already.
So he got I guess I didn't realize Picasso got his flowers while he was still alive.
Oh, all his flowers. While he was still, not a Van Gogh situation at all.
Yeah.
Now I mentioned a lonely ghost.
Was it the father, the patriarch?
No, I think it's Edwin, the 90-year-old who, I guess he never got married, right?
So Will Jr. got divorced, never had custody of his kid after that, and the wife said of the marriage that, she accused him of desertion, cruelty, indignities, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Will, and I told you Will was like, I'm tired of my wife, dude. Just take $1,000 a day. Get out of my fucking hair. That's because Will liked to party.
Hell yeah.
He got after it.
He was Gatsby.
He was running the brewery during the day. One of the
Looking
biggest,
at that green light.
one of the biggest breweries in the country, rich as fuck. And at night, he was getting wild. You know those beer caves? Well, they got turned into man caves.
Big caveman.
They would go down to the caves below the mansion and fucking rage all night. Him and his friends. They would bring in a bunch of hookers and just go absolutely bananas. Down there was a swimming pool, a bowling alley, obviously all the beer you can fucking drink.
Fucking kegs and fertilized eggs.
Well, that's accurate because he got one of these women pregnant.
You always do.
Today, still, there's no official documentation of the boy, William Jr., Billy, sired with some woman. However,
A woman of the night.
Yes.
So he had a bastard that he put in a basket?
A basket would have been merciful.
He didn't push him down the river?
Wait, the lonely ghost is a baby?
We're getting there.
Okay.
Did he bash the baby's brains in?
Just a little baby with with a little beer walking around.
This is a bad dude.
We're getting there.
Well, you told us that we shouldn't be joking about the baby
We're getting there.
before the episode.
Get your jokes out now.
Get your jokes out now about this baby that got bashed against a tree.
So the rumors were that the boy, the bastard, was hidden in the mansion's attic for his entire life. According to St. Louis historian Joe Gibbons, when he interviewed a former nanny and chauffeur who worked at the mansion, they verified both that the boy existed and that he was kept to the attic and the servants' rooms his entire life.
They had their own Boo Radley.
Well, there was a reason they kept the boy up there.
He was deformed.
He had Down syndrome.
Oh.
Oh no! So he's the happiest dude ever in an attic.
It was a total. He was
Well,
between being a bastard and being mentally disabled. He was in complete embarrassment to this well-to-do family. So the boy was hidden away up in the attic, not allowed to leave.
Listen, we all know it's incredibly fucked up to keep a kid with Down syndrome in the attic. However, if there's ever a child to keep in the attic that's going to have a good time, it's somebody with Down syndrome, right?
Give them some John Cena merch, and they're good to go, dude.
Just tits and John Cena, man.
He was known as the monkey-faced boy.
No. No. Oh my God.
Just give him a mirror then, I guess. I don't know.
It's oh God, the monkey's out the attic. Put him back.
He died in his 30s.
It's a good life. No? 30 years in the attic?
And is buried in the Lemp Cemetery plot with only a small marker that says Lemp on it.
He did better than Anne
No
Frank.
first name.
He's
No,
doing
nothing
good.
else.
They don't even give him his nickname?
They don't even chisel monkey-faced boy into the fucking tombstone.
Listen, I bet he still had a better life than a lot of people in his era.
To this day, people say that they can see him at night sometimes peering out the windows of the attic at the world he never got to experience.
He didn't have to serve.
Making grilled cheese.
He would have never had to serve.
We don't know that, Rob. We don't know that.
After the death of Charles Lemp, the guy who had all the stuff burned, the last Lemp, the mansion was sold and turned into a boarding house. However, that didn't work out so well because it was haunted as fuck. And people did not like staying there.
Oh, imagine the monkey face kid.
No, they were cool with every other haunting, but the monkey face. They were like, we're cool with the other ghosts, but that one, no.
So there are multiple ghosts.
Can you imagine that, though? You're fucking in your bed. You wake up late at night and you just see a kid with Down syndrome staring
Just
at you,
head tilted down, staring at you.
smiling.
He is one of the ghosts that haunts the house. The monkey-faced boy.
I couldn't even be upset. I couldn't be, like, terrified. I'd be like, oh, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Like, how you doing? He's probably the nicest ghost. He's easily the
Gotta
nicest
be,
ghost.
one would imagine. Him, probably both the Williams and I believe that maybe the Lavender Lady as well are among the ghosts that haunt this place. Residents of the boarding house complained of hearing knocks and footsteps for people that weren't there.
Listen, he's not the most graceful, okay? He's making a lot of noise in the attic.
Thunk, thunk, thunk. Heavy-footed monkey boy.
In 1975, the mansion was turned into a restaurant and inn. Workers in the house and in the restaurant, whatever, they've seen apparitions. They've heard strange sounds. Tools and whatever silverware will vanish. They have feelings of being watched. A lot of people will just quit and never come back after a couple shifts. Since the restaurant opened, staff members report strange experiences all the time. Voices and sounds that come from nowhere. Glasses will often lift off the bar and fly through the air by themselves, so the ghosts are throwing glasses. Doors lock and unlock by themselves. Lights turn on and off on their own. And sometimes the piano in the bar will start playing.
Who was the musician?
Who knows? Everyone got piano lessons back then. I bet the guy's not that good at it, but
It was their version of playing soccer.
pretty much, yeah. You take piano lessons as a kid, play soccer as a kid. There are 3 areas of the old mansion that have the most activity. The stairway up to the office. The attic. I think we all know why. And what the staff refers to as, quote, the gates of hell in the basement. Presumably that might be where the the cave entrances.
Okay, so we mentioned
fuck
earlier
cave.
how basements are scary.
Right.
More points to prove that. Especially an unfinished basement. Now, their basement's probably pretty nice. Bowling alley and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's like even deeper in the cave. So the basement itself might be kind of whatever.
Okay.
The attic is, of course, said to be haunted by the monkey-faced boy. People often witness things on the third level of the mansion. The face of the boy, like I said, can be seen from the street, peeking out the small windows, just trying to see the world.
Wait, does Monkey Face Boy have a name?
Not that we know of.
Oh, fuck, dude.
So monkey.
All we
boy.
know is just that.
Yeah.
And Lemp.
Monkey-faced boy Lemp.
Oh, shit.
Ghost investigators who have visited have often left toys in the middle of his room.
There are people that accomplish much more that have no legacy. This kid, we're talking about him today. All right.
That's fair. It's not the worst point. They'll leave toys in the middle of the room and draw a circle around it to see if the objects move.
You die the minute somebody stops talking about you. We're keeping the monkey face kid alive.
As Monkey Face Kid, because that's the only fucking name we know.
Very progressive of us.
When they come back the next day, the toys are moved out of the circle usually.
Oh, God.
Now, this is my favorite. As we talked about, William Jr., Billy, the one who fathered the monkey face boy who liked to fuck, his ghost likes to watch ladies pee.
That
Who
checks out.
doesn't? Yeah, dude. The little,
Ghost or no ghost.
That's his kink.
it's like a fire hose, man. You love that shit.
I like it more when it sounds like a bucket just being turned upside down. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's
Just
so
like a quick,
it's
like,
so gnarly.
Now, is he in the toilet? Is he getting pissed on?
one would think if you had these powers, but no, he peeks. Women have reported a man peeking over the stall in the downstairs women's bathroom. So they'll be peeing, look up, and there's a guy just peering over, watching them piss.
Monkey face is below it, dude. Monkey face
Just
is
confused, yeah.
This is a real woman, son.
Time I taught you. You may be dead, but you're still a man. On one occasion of this, apparently, a woman came out of the bathroom and returned to the bar and told the two men she was there with, "Hope you got a good eyeful," thinking it was them, just like peering over, like, let's watch her fucking piss. But the bartender was like, "They've been here the whole time. They didn't watch you piss." I know it wasn't. And then he was like, "Oh, that's the ghost that watches people pee. It's Bill Jr." In Bill Lemp Sr.'s room, guests have often reported hearing someone running up the stairs and kicking at the door. When Sr. killed himself, William Jr. was said to have run up the stairs to kick in his father's door because he found it locked, so he had to kick in the door to get to him. People have heard gunshots, ballroom music, ghostly voices during their stay in the mansion. And like I said, they've seen apparitions as well. It is, again, one of the most haunted places in the United States to this day. I think it should be on the short list of places we ever do a show from.
I'm down.
And it's what, an 8-hour drive?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad.
3-hour flight also. We could just fly.
They have those now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to take somebody to do a seance and call the monkey face kid.
Oh, God.
I can hit up my ex. She's big into that stuff.
And we'll bring John Cena.
Dude, he'd love that.
I mean, he broke the record for most Make-A-Wishes.
Whoa.
What a dubious distinction.
We've been talking about this for years. Yeah. Other people have talked about it. But I do remember on TV, specifically when I was in Nashville for the Robert O'Neill golf tournament.
Yeah.
It was like breaking news. John Cena breaks Make-A-Wish record.
What a guy.
What a guy.
So, yeah, that is the story of the Lemp family and their super crazy haunted mansion that still stands to this day. You can stay in it to this day.
Why not?
Eat in it to this day.
What are they going to do? Kill themselves?
What, again?
Yeah.
Maybe kill you. I don't know.
I don't think
have other
they
people
don't seem to
gone
harm
there to
people.
kill themselves?
It has not become a suicide pilgrimage, no.
Oh, that'd be a fun
It's not
thing.
like the suicide farce in Japan.
It'd be
No,
really
it's
cool if
not.
it was.
Like, let's just haunt the fuck out of this place.
Yeah.
It's like Logan
you
Paul
have
can't
some like
catch a break.
1900s ghosts and then some like 2020 ghosts. That'd be really cool dynamic.
I don't want to deal with a ghost from like 2003. That sucks.
We should have.
No, they'd have like really cool like visors flipped upside down.
That's true.
We should
They'd
have
look
like a
sick as hell.
destination suicide place.
In America,
Yeah.
Grand Canyon. Toss
Just
yourself
yeet
off.
yoff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would be a
Go,
good
I mean, the
place to
Golden
do
Gate
it.
Bridge too.
People already do that though, and it's not haunted that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
What'd you guys learn today?
Is the Grand Canyon haunted?
It's gotta be something in there.
If anything, just like natives, like native spirits,
Yeah.
like Wendigos and shit
Like,
like
a
that.
chupacabra?
Yeah. There's probably some choops there.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
What'd you guys
Choops
learn?
and shamans.
I learned that the beer industry was too friendly, not cutthroat enough.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, the market won out, and I think the Lemps just got complacent, like you said. They weren't grinders.
They weren't.
The
And also,
the Bushes were though.
if you do have that amount of money, you just don't have the drive to continue the legacy.
Yeah, didn't even try moonshining or nothing like that either. Like that's kind of strange.
No,
but-
and by the way, that happened to the Bushes eventually too.
Just fucking bending the knee to the government.
Bullshit.
Don't
But they
tell-
didn't care. They
Don't
had
tell me the Bushes did that too. All right. Bend the knee to the government. I don't want to drink their product.
They just got so rich they stopped caring.
All right, I'll take that.
Yeah. Augie Bush, the 6th or 5th, whoever's the guy, he's killed like 2 chicks.
You can.
Whoa. I mean,
But like
why
in cars
not?
he drove or something?
Yeah. Chappaquiddick style.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that name. I can't get it out of my mouth. My mushy mouth.
What'd you learn today, Scott?
I learned that Bush was dope, bought a stadium, and then made beer because of it.
Yeah.
Essentially, made his own brand.
I love that Bush.
That's like
story.
my favorite story of all time. That's hilarious.
He made a spike. Bush is a spike beer.
Yeah, that's so much cooler now.
Yeah. It's fucking sweet.
Yeah, and then I learned that suicide is hereditary, just runs in the family.
Apparently, although that one chick might have been murdered.
Yeah,
She probably.
We don't know.
I'm gonna trust the man in that situation.
Hard to disagree.
Yeah.
I never heard her side of the story.
Never will. Who's today's Hitler?
Probably Billy Jr. for having a monkey face boy up in the attic.
It sounded like he really loved him.
Does it?
He got him toys.
I guess he kept him alive.
No, he didn't. Those were the ghost investigators after he was dead.
So he did keep him alive for 30 whole years.
He didn't like have little figurines to play with.
You know what? I'm
Army
sure,
men or something?
I'm sure he had some assortment
I bet he
of
checked
sticks and
in
rocks
on
that
him.
Yeah,
they
like-
dumped up there.
He had a keg up there. He could like deadlift and shit.
He went up and checked on him every quarter.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, once at four
Okay,
times
so
a
who's
year.
your Hitler today? It's because it's not the guy who trapped a retarded kid in his attic.
Out
of shame?
No, it's probably the woman of the night that entrapped that man by having his baby.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Fuck, that's so much better Hitler than mine. It's her fault.
It's not.
It's always the woman's fault. I'm kidding, by the way. No, that guy's a monster.
A monster we could meet.
And we can meet the monster and the monster's child.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe they made up in the afterlife?
They're just holding hands, playing with,
You think it's like a Frankenstein situation?
making Legos.
What do you mean?
Just Dr. Frankenstein and his creation.
Yeah.
Put bolts on his neck.
Well, that is all I got for today. That is the story of the Lemp family and the Lemp Mansion, one of the most haunted places in the United States of America, and a place that I really, really think we should do a show from.
Oh, yeah. We do have another episode coming out Wednesday, patreon.com/softwarehistory. Scott will also be joining us for that.
Yeah.
Tune in. We're going to record it in like 30 seconds, but
Yeah.
you won't hear it.
I already know it's gonna be a great
I
episode.
thought I was going to go on a quest for a few days and then come back and record.
That'll happen, yeah.
Yeah. I'm questing for a bit.
Yeah.
We're going to return in our same outfits.
And I have
forget what you
I have
wore.
to wear my questing outfit.
Yeah.
I can't change. So
Yeah, you'll just be back 3 days later because you've been questing.
If
How
you
could
ever go homeless, you have to just wear that all the time.
I'd probably make some pretty good money.
Probably.
Yeah, as like a
Like,
street
that guy
performer.
is weird.
Yeah.
Keep Austin weird. Here's a
He's
dollar.
like, it's like, oh, he's depressing like the rest. He's not as depressing as the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like, he depresses me, but I'm smiling.
I wear rollerblades. That'd be fucking cool.
Toss some money out there.
It's also a great way to get away from all the other homeless that might try to stab you.
Yeah,
You're quicker if
I
you're
can
on
cast a
blades.
spell of protection.
You
on
get some
myself.
mission
Yeah.
skates, you fucking get out of there.
Oh, that too. Skates. Yeah. Fast. Like the Taliban.
Yeah.
They're on,
Yeah.
They're on skates.
My
now.
favorite video.
It's so cool.
Well, that's all I got, boys.
That's just where we're at with warfare.
Yeah.
Drones and rollerblades.
Can't wait to get doned by a guy in rollerblades
You will. You fucking will.
in World War III.
That'd be your luck, dude.
I avoid the drone,
You
but
got
I get-
rollerblades. 360.
Comes
Poo.
by. Pop, pop. Yeah, you're
I get got by a dude in fruit boots.
Yeah, exactly, dude. 360 throws grenade. Bye.
All right, boys. That's all I got.
Yeah.
For Dan Regester and Scott Lopez, I'm Rob Fox.
You just got saucer.